2024 White House race could see a dramatic shift tonight as Florida Governor Ron DeSantis officially declares his candidacy. Three sources familiar with the plans tell NBC News DeSantis will announce his presidential bid tonight during a discussion with Twitter CEO Elon Musk. The two are set to host an event at 6 o'clock Eastern Time on Twitter. They have a platform for audio chats. After the announcement, DeSantis' campaign is expected to release a launch video, and Florida's First Lady, Casey DeSantis, appears to have already put out a preview. Take a look.
They call it faith because in the face of darkness, you can see that brighter future. A faith that our best days lay ahead of us. But is it worth the fight? Do I have the courage? Is it worth the sacrifice? America has been worth it every single time.
Charlie Sykes, your thoughts on the preview?
Well, let's just talk about launching your candidacy with Elon Musk. This is not a parody. When you think about, the fact that the governor of Florida decides to launch a bid for president of the United States by bowing the knee to a tech oligarch, somebody who has been very publicly decompensating an erratic, narcissistic megalomaniac like Elon Musk. But on the other hand, it's going to generate a huge amount of buzz. We're talking about it now. It will throw a certain amount of chaos into MAGA world. It is going to be interesting to see how Donald Trump responds. I think it makes it very unlikely that he's going to return to Twitter at this point. But what an extraordinary choice. I mean, for Ron DeSantis to basically go all in on Elon Musk at the time that Elon Musk has been displaying all of his brain worms, saying that working from home is immoral, doubting whether a mass killer was really a neo-Nazi, opening the doors to Twitter to every sort of grifter and bigot and conspiracy theorist. But Ron DeSantis clearly thought that he needed a big shift, a big pivot, something dramatic. And so within MAGA world, it's going to be interesting because it wasn't that long ago that much of MAGA world was looking to Elon Musk as their savior. And now we are going to see a food fight for the ages.
And Elise, as Charlie says, it'll get a whole bunch of attention if you're with Elon Musk, one of the richest guys, most famous guys in the world. But for a man in Governor DeSantis who's been accused of kind of playing small ball and fighting Twitter fights while he wants to be president of the United States, maybe sort of leaning into that a little bit or emphasizing that for his critics.
I find it very baffling. The choice also just seems to make no sense because, first of all, why do you share your big moment with a huge, powerful billionaire who's arguably more famous and has more name ID than you do? And then second, you're on this platform that's diminishing in its popularity and also its reach. Maybe political journalists talk about it. Maybe the far-right elites talk about it. But Twitter is a diminishing force these days. And you've seen how Elon, everything he touches can, he does well when he's engineering and his Tesla. But with Twitter, you've seen how he doesn't mind just casually tossing a couple of $1 billion or multiple $1 billion. And so you've got this volatile actor that you've given so much power for your big moment. It just really makes no sense.
Well, in many ways, John, since he took over Twitter, Elon Musk has become a hero to conservatives because they feel like their voices were silenced on social media, at least on Twitter, and he's given their platform back, at least to share some of that space. Maybe a shot across the bow of Donald Trump. I got the richest, most famous guy on my side. We know that Elon Musk is kind of malleable that way. He may decide he likes somebody else tomorrow. What do you make of the platform and the way that Ron DeSantis finally is rolling out the campaign?
I mean, it's another sign of where Musk's political ideologies lie, even though he said took Twitter, he wanted to be independent, nonpartisan. Here he is siding himself with one of the heavyweights in the Republican Party. I think it is interesting also that it shows his influence, and maybe it's DeSantis snubbing Fox News by saying, hey, let's do this on Twitter, as opposed to talking to them. I'm going to go the other way up from Charlie Sykes, though. I think that tonight at 5:59 p.m. is probably Donald Trump's first tweet back, trying to steal some of that thunder. But Katty K, one thing that this is undeniably, it's an unusual way to announce a campaign. And it's certainly not going to silence those whispers that Ron DeSantis lacks basic political skills, retail skills. He's not doing this with a rally. He's not doing this with a speech. He's doing it in a safe space where he's likely not going to take any questions from the audience or certainly reporters. He's got some real obstacles to overcome here to try to reverse what, to this point, his pre-campaign period hasn't gone so well.
Yeah, another unusual thing. Am I wrong in thinking that that's a British voice?
Yes.
We all thought the same.
We all said the same thing.
I've listened to. That's the third time I've listened to it. I don't know if we need to listen to that top of it again, but can I just say the top of that sounds very much like a British accent, which in and of itself is sort of weird for an American presidential campaign launch. But anyway, maybe other people won't pick up on that. I think it does get him around the issue of having to interact with people, which obviously the Trump campaign is already pointing out that this means if he's on Twitter, he doesn't actually have to talk to normal people. You know, there's still a chance there are campaigns that fumble out of the gate, and there's a chance that he can get better on the stump, which is obviously what his campaign is hoping. He still has significant amount of money in the bank, although fundraisers are looking at him a bit more warily now. But he needs to correct all of the problems that he's had up until now. He needs to correct the Disney thing, his book launch, which was not a great tour, the tour abroad, which got widely panned. So, and he's going to have to develop a better way of interacting with voters and stoking something in them that doesn't sound awkward and uncomfortable, because that's kind of how he sounds when he's with people at the moment. So he has a lot to do, but he's still, I think at the moment, it's hard to see somebody who is amongst the pack, who is the one that's the other front runner to take on Donald Trump. I mean, I don't see another name out there yet, and the polling doesn't suggest that there is another name out there yet. Maybe once Mike Pence gets in, that changes the equation. Let's see. But so far, it is still Ron DeSantis's opportunity to take on Trump, and Ron DeSantis is alone, it looks like at the moment. But, you know, that can change. It is, I know it's early and it's late, but it's still relatively early.